Oh, goodness gracious. We're back at it again. We are wrapping up, not wrapping up, but wrapping up week number 1 of Inktober with Idol Princess, IDOL. And it's going to be a good time. Thank you to those of you tuning in either live or on the archive. We're going to go ahead and get started. We've got our pencil set as usual. And as usual, we're going to start with the tiara. I'm going to first switch to black because we're not on black. I'm going to try thinning the brush just a little bit. Bring us down to a 40. It's been a little bit too bulky for my liking. See how this treats us. Come around like so. Come around like so. We'll see how this looks. Zoom in, want to make sure. This one is a little bit tight, so I want to thin out the brush a bit so I can apply the normal pressure that I would without it overflowing. It's a little bit off. Yes. Big ol' shiny heart. Get to work on the hair. Get an ear. You know, you learn to draw an ear one way and it's really hard to break that habit. Noses I can mess around with, which sounds weird even in context, but there you have it. Ears, though, I learned about 2 years ago to do them that way, and it's really hard for me to draw them any other way without feeling like it's somehow wrong. I don't think there's anything about this that you look at and you say, oh, that's not an ear, but it could be more detailed, I guess, but just part of developing a style. You draw things a certain way. How many ears have I drawn? A lot of them. And eventually you just stick to it because it works. Again, not a bad thing, just a fact of developing a style. And sometimes you think to yourself, I could probably improve on this look, but there's nothing wrong with it. And I could spend my time better doing other things than learning how to draw an ear a different way. And so I just let it be, let it be. I think that's going to be from some coloring in there. That cheek action. A very heart-centric motif going on in her design. Hearts and wings are sort of her whole scheme, her whole style. This is going to come up a bit like so. That's not quite what I want here. I want this to sort of come like this. Like this. Yes, 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 there it is. And then that comes like that. This comes around like this. I like it so far. Let's follow my proverbial nose. Not my literal one. Let's see how this does. So far, so good. Back here we need. I think up here we can do this in ink. A little bit thinner, a little bit lighter on the brush stroke. I don't know where that came from, but let's get rid of that loose mark. And the problem with having the heart here is I would have to follow it along the flow of the skirt, so maybe that's just going to happen somewhere else, if anywhere, or it's just going to be a floating heart. Have a few of those floating about. Okay, we've got a good start going on here. This actually when I do the arm, that'll get cleaned up a bit. Now we'll fix this here now. This needs to come more like this. It's probably dangerous to do this first when it's not quite connected to her shoulder yet, but sometimes it's good to live dangerously. Usually not, actually, but on occasion. It can be exciting to live dangerously, we'll say. I think down here, just lots of hearts. Anywhere I can put a heart, we're going to have a heart. Lots of love. LOL. Another heart up here. And over here we've got some of the less prominent, but still in effect, wing motif. Going to get this microphone shape how I want it. And then it's going to have a little loop it around, bring it around town. Ooh, well, that worked out real nice. I like that. Shoulder, not shoulder, but the shoulder blade bones somehow connected in that way. They have names. I don't know them off the top of my head. I just know I usually draw them. Little markings there. Shoulder pad. Not even a shoulder pad. A little sort of a pauldron. Yeah. Then over here we've got this coming down like so. I think what's happening is here here. Actually, let's undo this. And this is actually going to go like this. Yes. So I need to get this done. Yes, I'm liking this a lot. I'm very excited. Let's get this slid in right about here. This has a little separation here, which is why it's not quite lining up the same way. Let's get this hair remnant in here. Moving the microphone. Sorry for any unpleasant noises. But I just realized I was leaning forward a bit too far, giving my back some trouble. And that's not good for long-term health, so leaning back a bit now. Then over here, need to slide my pencils up a bit because not quite what I originally had in mind as far as where this is starting. Yes. Yes, I love it. I'm a big fan of my own work. Is that egotistical? Yes. No apology, yes. Just a reminder that, hey, these are gloves. Oh, this is pretty good. And then this comes. Actually, I think this is still. Let's see. The wings in place. Under her face. That's what's wrong. Okay. This needs to come down, sort of kick out a bit, and then come back in. That's looking more like what I had in mind. I couldn't quite identify what was off about it. But then over here I could see, yep, we got this coming in like that, and then it does that. And then we got, I think I'm going to add texture in my coloring phase for that. I do want this to be a discrete piece, so let's get this like so. Shoop, shoop, badoop. Let's fix the TR a bit. I think it just needs to be a bit longer. Comes around like so. Oh, and here, let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Really, really good. If I take off the pencils, still need some musical effects up here. But I think Moment of Truth, pretty good. Pretty good. This is one of my better ones yet, y'all, and I'm really happy about it. This is a little bit off, so let's fix this. Now, this might look atrocious. Does it? A little bit. Actually, as I look at it, it's starting to grow on me a little bit. Is it better or worse if it's more saturated? I think it's worse. Is it better or worse if it's less saturated? I think I might have nailed it first shot. I think that's it. Is this it? No, that's almost too skin tone-ish. Yeah, that's just plain old skin tone. Something's going to be this pink. Is it going to be the skirt? Ooh, hate that. I might still hate this skin tone. I might just want to do this. Playing with the color, don't like that. Playing with the color, little bit more red. Gonna go gold tiara. Gold tiara. A good old pink gem in there. Microphone. Darken that up just a skosh. Darken it even further over here. Yes. And then here, a real dark purple pink. I'm just going to pen this in. Then the wings, same very light pink. For hair, that should actually be, ooh, no, yes, yes. This all does this. Pretty good so far. Now, can I introduce a little shock of blue in a few places? And then can her hair be a real nice light blue? A little pink and blue. Can I make it pink and blue? Ooh, ooh, yes please, yes please. So we're gonna do it like that. Like that, like that. Then we're gonna come in with our pen and it's gonna go like that. And then we're going to fix this because that looks kind of gross. Pen might be a little bit too big, but whatever. That's going to do like so. Those are going to mesh together right there. That's going to come like this. That's going to come like this. And pink over here. So we'll take the opposite approach. Pen in the pink. Yeah, little mix and match. And then if I can do blue here, maybe in here. This might be my first two-tone gem. I'm really feeling this combo. And I am now realizing that it is a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit of the bisexual flag, and I have absolutely no problem with that. It's not really what I had in mind, but it rules, and so we're going to keep it. And I think on these feathers, on the effects that we have right here, we're just going to come in with our 40 size pen and do a little... Ooh, that's too subtle. That's a bit too subtle, huh? Just do a little bit. Check, 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 check-a-rooney all the way across. Which is honestly probably going to take the most time. I think down here I'm going to not cheat a bit, but get a little bit sloppier, a little bit looser. Still looking pretty good, if I do say so myself, which I do, because there's no one else here to say it for me. really good feather effect going here, and I like it a lot. Ooh, this one has even more surface here. Okay. Same idea, just sort of do it. We're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes are okay. Clean up the stray bits on the outside. I like this a lot, y'all. I feel like this is a really good time. And we're only half an hour in, which is wild to me. Admittedly, this is not a super complex draw, but I mean, we got a little bit intricate, it must be said. Not overly so, but a little bit. And we are, as soon as I get the eyes in, the eyes still need some work. Essentially using it as a fill tool that actually fills. I use my mapping pen. Fill tool is usually good, but sometimes not. And so let's actually darken and saturate this a bit more. Maybe a little bit more like this. Maybe a little bit more like this. Okay. Okay. And now some of the background details. I think we're going to have first thing, actually, I'm going to see if this is atrocious. I don't think so. But maybe it would be better if it was more like, yes. Yes, I like that a considerable amount. But now what we're going to do is do some more hearts. We're going to have this one be just a little bit lighter right here. Then a gray. I'm going to make sure I have the colors right, so I'm referencing over on my other monitor. So if my levels get out of whack, I'm sorry. It's a little bit darker. Clean up the edge work. I'm sure I'm going to miss some, and whichever ones I do miss, if that's the one that represents you, I apologize. It's not intentional. Just going off the list that I have here of ones that I feel like I may not fully, per se, understand in their entirety, but I'm like, okay, I know what that is. And I don't feel like I am entirely entering a community where I would not be welcome by referencing that flag. Because some of them I don't know. The pink jack used in the UK it has here. I know very little about that, so I'm not going to use it. And I don't think that's more of a common thing. Wikipedia may be leading me a little bit astray. Maybe it's not. Let's put one right in here. So we're going to do another pair of layers. If I get the right color. white stripe right into here. Purple one right here. Yes, yes, yes. We got that, we got that. Her whole thing. And then let's see. I think for our background, it's a little bit loud, which isn't a bad thing. That's not going to do it. Ooh, hold up. Now this might be something. It's a little upside down, but ooh yes, we are approaching it, I feel like. Do I want it the opposite direction? Ooh, that'll counter. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit down here. Yeah, it gets a little too busy, but if we do that, what if we start it and do it like that? We're approaching something here. What does this do? I don't like that. I might like that, actually. What if we do that? Actually, before we do that, I might want to get rid of this. So we're going to do this as a different layer. This goes like this. Nope, this goes like this. Almost, that goes like that. Almost, that goes like that. Nope. So that goes there. Here's that. That'll work. That does that. If I do this, does it look terrible? I don't think it will, if I do it right. I do want that on the back layer, though. So maybe if I do this. Yeah, and then over here, behind these two. Let's get rid of that one. My opacity is probably way down. a little bit busy. Nope. What if I turn this opacity down? And I make it more like that. Then I think this one becomes unnecessary. Here, I think I want to pop these out a bit. Don't want to do that. Do want to do that. Mapping pen. Nope. Give these a little bit of a border. Make them pop. Think about it for a moment. Think upon it. What if I make the background a nice black instead of... that's interesting. It's not quite it. I think we want a gradient back here. Like something like that. Something like that. Ooh! I kind of really like that. This might be a terrible idea, but we're going to try it. What if at a low opacity, and this is probably going completely against the spirit of Inktober, but I do not care. No, I think that's not... I think we're good, y'all. I think what's going on is that we're good. And the only thing we need is a few sparkles, a little bit more shine detail on the tiara and such. So let's come in here with our textured pen. Wrong layer. Right in here, actually, I want to have a little bit of this going on, like so. A little bit of that. Right in here, let's give this a little bit of whoosh, whoosh. Here, this needs to shine a little bit. Like so. This needs to shine a little bit. This needs to shine a little bit. and over here we're definitely getting the multicolor tights. I can't believe I left that out. Y'all, I'm really happy with this one. This is a little bit dark for my taste still, so let's see if we can't make it better. Ah, nah. Nah. Then I can adjust it over here. Turn that off. I just want it a little bit more subdued so that these rainbows pop a bit more. I think that's going to do it in a major way. I want to fix this up. Actually, I can do that on this layer pretty safely. No, I can't. I can do it on this layer pretty safely. Only thing left to do is to sign it. Just like in real life, we're going to slide our signature a little bit to the left. And we are done with 12 minutes left on the clock. Still no viewers showing up, that's okay. If you want to say hi on the Twitter, catch me on my mobile. Until next time, thanks for watching the archive. And remember that you are valid and that you are loved. And once I find the window that lets me stop the stream, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.